Oh, I think we still have the wonderful nightly sounds of the Oculus driver running in the background. Let me fix that by quickly pressing play in Unity, so then the driver will just remember that actually Unity is running. Tune display the night scene. I wanted to do a quick follow-up on the little boot modeling session, last session. Let me check. Recording works. One moment. Recording works here. Because this is probably one of the most simple things to set up and implement in Unity, the two boots. So this might be my go-to video for implementation of block stuff in Unity. Let me see. I already searched it out. Block stuff is saved by default in blocks, and I always work in the offline models mode. Date modified top one for Cinema 4D. My program of choice. I always can just drag the model.obj here. I have a default setup for blocks, which just scales it by 100 centimeters and sets the font angle to 11. So there we are. It comes into the scene grouped, but I don't need this group, so I ungroup it and remove the parent. So the C is the left boot. Boot left lying. This should be the boot right standing then. And the little table thing I modeled, I won't need anymore in Unity. So let me just remove that mesh. Save. Save it in my blocks caravan folder. Boots. I can probably remove this material. Let me try remove unused materials. Yeah, I don't need that one. So the only thing I usually do is just, as you can see, the meshes enter the 3D world with the axis here in the middle, which isn't too handy. I always want to have the axis in a more logical place for, in this case, these boots. So right, have the axis aligned so I can easily give the things some colliders. So I'm going to move to axis tool, just moving the axis, the pivot for some people. I always call it the axis. Moving the axis here. Let's point Z in the direction of the nose of the shoe. That's front view. Let me check. This should be already okay-ish. I like to work in the bounding box display, because that means that if you rotate the thing, you can see the box grow if it's really weird and crooked. In the case of the shoes, it doesn't really work. But as you can see, the axes come in like this or something. You can see by the bounding box that the axes are not nicely aligned. Once you align them, you see the box, the orange box shrink to a nice size. So I think this should be okay. Oh wait, no, I want the y-axis pointing upwards, even though the boot is lying down. So shift 90-degree angle. Let me just tweak it a little. It should be fine. What I want to do in a Unity is add probably two box colliders, one like this and one like this for the dynamics. So I want the axis to be positioned, well, mostly rotated, so the box colliders have these directions automatically. So this should be fine for the left boot. Right boot, move the axis over here, rotate it in the direction of the nose, and let's put it on the floor. I could do this. It doesn't matter the location too much. I tend to put the bottom. If an object is a standing thing, I tend to put the pivot on the bottom so it's easy to place on the floor. This should be okay, right? Maybe turn it a little like this so the box collider unity will be a little angled like that. Well, I have to. Okay, this should be more than enough. Okay, then let's see. I'll position them on the floor, not in axis mode, but just like so. And that's all. Rename them, put the axis in order. Oh yeah, I always forget to remove these two tags. These are normal tags. And it sometimes lead to bad shading, so I'm just removing them. Seems to work every time. So for you Cinema 4D users, just remove the normal tag. Should be it. Now I can just export it as FBX. Go to my models folder within APOTU. Leave the name at boots. Save. Okay. More okay. Yes. Save. Let's head over to Unity. And a model folder. It should be the one with the blue plus, because I'm using collab. Where is the one with the blue plus? There we go. Okay, I can already see that they're way too big if you compare them to this little step here. Probably because let me open the inspector. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the scene that I scale in at 0.85, so that's probably better. There we go. Okay. Well, these are the boots. Looking good. Let me set them up. I'll just get them out of the group because they're just loose objects. I will let me materialize them first. I probably will want to make another leathery material for this one. Let me turn off the selection outline because it messes up the shading. Let me see. Material 17 is... what do I use this for? Let me check. Okay, that's the main body. Let's make a 17 leathery version. I'll duplicate the gloss version because then it stays close by in alphabetical order. Leathery. Oh, I missed the very important Y. Okay. So I can just, in this case, I will just drop it on the meshes directly. That's just a bit shorter in this case. Smoothness, well, maybe a bit of smoothness, like so. And I like to make my metal things a bit metallic. I don't know why. It kind of feels a little more leathery to me. Maybe a bit more smooth. Let's leave it at that. Let's walk them in the direction of brown, maybe. I like the blue. I like the original grayish version. Let's keep that. Okay. What else? We have material 20. That's the sole of both shoes. See, I have a leathery version here, but that won't work. Oh, I just tried to drop it, so it didn't like it and pressed escape to cancel the drag and drop. So I probably want to have a version of 20. Yeah, let's duplicate the 20 material 20 here and make that letter so. Yeah, you over there, you over there. Turn it to the bluish version, dark version, like so. Yeah, that's okay. Keep the metallicity and the smoothness more or less. Let me just tweak it a little. That should be okay. Then let's oh right. It doesn't matter. I just noticed that this lace end here is getting the black shading of the insides instead of the dark grayish shading of this one, so that will probably disappear into blackness now. Let me see. 23 is my default black material. I have a special darkness version of that, so let's use that. And that's just a very, very non-glossy, very dark blackish material. And then there's the 16, which is now a glossy lace. That should be weird. So let's pick 16 matte. Maybe that will be good enough. Yeah. It's just shoes. I imagine that probably or possibly they could be better with some colored lace, but they're just nondescript items hanging about. No need to draw attention to them at all. I do want to have the sole a bit darker, leather sole here, and a bit less smooth. Oh, that's metallic, sorry. I should make it darker, like so. Yeah, much better. Cool. Okay. Let me try and let me start with the standing one. If you just add a box collider, it tries to conform to the mesh that it's attached to. Oh, what happened there? Box collider here. Like so, which is nice, but of course it's taking into account the laces and all, so I'll have to edit that in any case. Excuse me. Wintry cuffs. So there. And over there. And over there. Okay. Now I want a similar box collider. Well, I tend to just, if it took a lot of shaping to get them into shape, I tend to copy and paste as new these colliders, but since it's such a simple object, I might as well just add another box collider and edit that by hand. Like so. Yeah, should be good. I mean, it's not ideal, but for a messy shoe, it's good enough. Now let me see. The direction is the same, so maybe nah. I was thinking about copying the colliders over from one boot to the next, but let me just add 2 box colliders quickly. Right. Oh, okay. Edit them both at the same time. Oh, that won't work. Shame. It doesn't matter. It's just a tiny bit of work. I like treating every object as if it's worth to be tweaked about a little. So the shoe deserves to be here. Let's see. That should be okay. Yeah, sticks to the floor a little, so it will bounce up once the dynamics, the physics kick in. I don't want that to happen, so we'll see what happens. Okay. Oh, undo. I misclicked. I think this is good enough. Just move this down a little. There. Okay. The only thing that now is left to do is to turn them into rigid bodies. Anything special? Nope. They could just stay like these. They should use gravity. And I don't want any drag on them. And they should turn into Newton VR interactable items. And again, the defaults are fine here, default as well. So I think they should work. Let me quickly check that they don't bounce out of the world when I press play. That's okay. Okay. And maximize. I'll just go mess about with them a little, see what happens. Turn on the VO controllers, starting out over here. Well, there they are. Let me just position myself over there. Oh, that's weird. What happened there? It reacted to my sudden move. Ooh, they are huge. For me, they're way too big for me. Yeah, which I kind of like. So there's maybe a giant living here, but they seem to react okay. Showing them around. This one is the lying on the floor type, so that one looks the best if it's lying like this. Okay, I think this is all I need to do. Neighbor. So, that's it. I'll scale them down a tiny little bit and call this video quits before I do it. Hope this was of any use. Boots, toodles.